Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this, I guess, afternoon time for a album review, and then I'm gonna get to that live stream soon. I just didn't get around to it now because I'm wanting to do this review first and then get to the live stream afterwards. So this is for Busta Rhymes' new album, Blockbuster, or Busta, I believe is how I'm trying to pronounce it. I'm not pronouncing it very well, just so you know. That I listened to for all 19 songs for this hour and 2-minute album. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 62-minute album for Busta Rhymes' Blockbusta album, his new album, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, this was the only album I found interesting for November 24th releases because this year's just about over, so we don't have a lot of albums left to review because it's almost time for end of the year stuff. Well, basically, I just started my end of the year videos. I'm doing 2 more this weekend, Sunday and then Monday, for worst and best songs of 2023. So definitely tune in to those videos. Now to start talking about the album itself. The Statement is a pretty good opener. Honestly, I actually enjoyed Busta Rhymes' rapping in this. For 2.5 minutes, I was pretty pleased with this track, so 5 out of 5. Pretty good song. Remind 'em featuring Quavo. I was really unsure about this, but Busta Rhymes and Quavo didn't sound bad, but it was a decent track. It wasn't the best song for this album, so this is a 4 out of 5 for me. Quavo's rapping was a little mumble-ish, and there were some times where Busta Rhymes was slowing down with his rapping. I'm like, I know he can do better than that. But Beach Ball featuring Bia, this song was ridiculous. I didn't hate it, I just thought it was average, but there was not really anything amazing about this track, so this is a 3.5 out of 5. Average song, just the raps are okay. The chorus and how they're singing from time to time, it's iffy and kind of meh. So this is a 3.5 out of 5. Okay, featuring Young Thug. I thought it was Cool and Dre that's with it, but it's actually Young Thug. This song was horrible. This is the disappointing track for this album. I was really disappointed with this outcome of the track, and Young Thug's vocals and his mumble-ish raps and his auto-tuned rapping and how he's singing, it's really awful, and it messes up with the mixing of the track, and just overall the track as a whole is kind of garbage. So this is a 2 out of 5 for me. Then comes Could It Be You featuring Blast and Young Blue. This one was decent. I didn't hate this track. I just wasn't sure if I was going to like this one. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Young Blue's rapping and Blast's rapping are okay. They're not great verses that they have, but Young Thug, I meant to say Young Blue. I meant to say it. The last track, I'm trying to think of the last track. Sorry, let me refrain from what I just said. The last track was awful, but I meant to say Young Blue, but I've been messing up with my wording, so please forgive me on that. So, this is a 4 out of 5. Luxury Life featuring Coi Leray, I guess a female rapper or something, and singer. Not a fan of this track. This track can suck it, honestly. I really didn't like it, so 2.5 out of 5. This song was just disappointing. Big Everything featuring DaBaby and T-Pain. I don't hate DaBaby's rapping. I mean, some of it is iffy, but overall, he's the more tolerable rapper in the mumble rap section of things. Mumble raps genre stuff, but honestly, he kind of makes it work with his rapping. It sounds pretty coherent and a little clear with how he's rapping from time to time. Not everything that he does is great with his lyricism, but it's still an accomplishment. So I'll give him praise on that. T-Pain didn't sound bad with the auto-tune stuff. I know that's his kind of thing. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. I didn't hate this song. Rabashada featuring Burna Boy. More Jamaican reggae style that I can't really get interested in. So this is a 3.5 out of 5. Burna Boy didn't sound bad, but it's just iffy, this track. Then comes Tings, and that's one of the worst songs for this album. So this is a 1.5 out of 5. Did not like this song at all. I was really disappointed with this track. So yeah, 1.5 out of 5. The ting or whatever noise they were making in the background, the ooh kind of thing, it didn't work. And it executed the track miserably. So this was a miserable execution of a track. So 1.5 out of 5. The return of Mansa Musa featuring Swiss Beats and Black Way is a decent track. Not crazy about some of it, but I thought it was alright. So this is a 4 out of 5 for me. Then comes Stand Up featuring J&R Choi. This had the Gangsta's Paradise melody with it. The kind of thing. It just, I heard that, and then it switched its melody to more reggae stuff, and I cannot get on board with this track. So this track is a disappointing one. So 2.5 out of 5. The mixing is pretty awful. Like, it starts off alright, and then it just transitions into a different melody that sounds really bad. That kind of ruins the reception for the track. Open Wide featuring Chris Brown and Shenseea is a disappointing song. I mean, the melody wasn't bad, but Chris Brown singing and slightly rapping, it's okay, but it's not great. I mean, there's a lot of sexual lyricism for this track that I don't hate, but I think overall it just ruined and tarnished the track for how it sounded. So 2.5 out of 5. Hold Up is an average song. I thought I was going to like this because it's a regular Busta Rhymes track, but it kind of disappointed me to a degree. But I think it's average. So this is a 3.5 out of 5. His rapping is okay, but then he does some singing that kind of gets iffy. Then comes The Hive featuring Giggs. Giggs sounds like he's whisper rapping. And I'm like, dude, you can rap normally. You don't have to fucking whisper that shit. Because that sounds cringy. So, this is a bad song. So, this is a 2.5 out of 5 for me. Next track is Homage featuring Kodak Black. I thought this track was okay. Not anything I'm crazy about, but it's okay. So, this is a 3 out of 5. Kodak Black's rapping was okay. There were some cringy rap moments in the track, but I think the song was tolerable in its own way, but not great. So 3 out of 5. Legend featuring Moray is a decent track. I don't hate this song. I think Moray's vocals sound alright, and Busta Rhymes rapping in it is okay. So this is a decent track, so 4 out of 5. Then comes Slide, and that one's a decent one as well. I'd give this a 4 out of 5 too. I don't hate it. It's just there's some moments where I found there to be some cringy moments as the track went on. With when the chorus comes in, it's hit or miss. So, and Busta Rhymes' rapping has its good points and its weak points. So this is a 4 out of 5. Legacy featuring C, Trillion, and Rye. Is an average track. Didn't hate this song. Just there were some moments I liked it and some moments where I was a little unsure about it. So 3.5 out of 5. And finally we get to the closing track. If you don't know, now you know. Part 2 featuring Big Tigger. I think this one was a solid track. did good in its own way to close out the album. So this is a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I didn't hate this track. I just had my hits and misses. It has its hits and misses as the overall track goes on. So yeah. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I found myself hating this Blockbusta by Busta Rhymes album. It wasn't good, in my opinion, and I was very disappointed with the outcome of this album. And certain tracks, like a couple tracks, like Okay, Luxury Life, Tings, what else? Stand Up, Open Wide, Gig, The Hive featuring Gigs. Those were not good songs. The other tracks did okay, average, decent, and solid and pretty good. So there's only one song that I really enjoyed, and that was the opening track. And I enjoyed the final track and Big Everything. Those were the highlights for the album. The other ones were decent but didn't do great. So for a score for me, I'm going to give Blockbusta by Busta Rhymes a 4 out of 10. This album sucks. I was really disappointed with Busta Rhymes this time around. I was hoping to like this, but I found myself in disappointment with this album. I think the 2020 album he did was better. Extinction 2 or something like that. That one was better. This one wasn't. This was cluttery garbage in its own way. So, 4 out of 10 for Busta Rhymes' Blockbusta, his new album that just came out today. Thank you for watching this album review this afternoon.